Hello, everyone. This is Jordan Ambers with the Client Success Management team at Premier Virtual. And in this video, you're going to learn how to register to a virtual event on the Premier Virtual platform. You will receive a registration link from the host of the event, and it'll bring you to a registration page very similar to this one. In the middle, you'll most likely have some information about the event, including what to expect, the time, and maybe some tips and tricks on how to utilize the features. On the right-hand side, you'll have a countdown clock followed by the event schedule. At the bottom, you may also have event videos to view. To view an event video, just click on the play icon. It will open up the video for you to review. To start your registration process, you want to select Register for Event, and you'll have two options. First option will be to register as an organization. These are for individuals that have never used a platform and need to create an account. You'll do so by providing your username and password, confirming that password, then selecting the terms and conditions and reading them, selecting I have read, and registering. Now, if you have used the platform in the past, you can easily sign in using your username and password to use that same organization booth that you have used in past events. I'll show you how to sign in here. And whether you are registering as a new organization or signing in, it is going to take you through an organization setup wizard. For those of you who have an account already, this is going to help you to maybe update information in your already booth that you have, or it's going to help you to add all of the virtual booth information that you need. First step will be your basic info, provide the name of your organization, and then the contact information for someone that us at Premier Virtual can get in contact with regarding the event or the host. Their email address will go here, phone number, first and last name, the location of your organization. You can start to type it in. And if you cannot find your city, you can click in here and manually enter that in. Select your zip code and then hit continue to step 2. Step number 2 will be uploading your logo for your company. To do that, select change, and your pictures folder should open up for you to be able to find your logo, click into it, and select your logo. Now there is going to be a cropped box in here for where your the parameters of where your logo should be. And if you upload and the logo is too large or too small, you can use the zoom function to make sure it fits. If you zoom out a little bit to where there's a white border, you can also use our background color feature to provide a background color in your logo. Once you're done, select upload image, and your image will upload here. Now we do have, for best results, the pixels that you may need if you need to resize your image, and the only image files that are accepted are JPEGs and PNG files. Step number 3 will be adding a brief overview about your organization. This is an HTML box, so it can be edited and changed later. To add information, you can select the text box here and manually enter the information, or if you have bio or about us information already on your company website, feel free to copy and paste that information right in the text box. You have different tools here in the toolbar, including the hyperlink function and the image function. Now, when adding an image, it is going to ask for the image URL. Most information on your virtual booth will be linked, so it does require an image link to provide the images. Once you have right-clicked your picture and selecting copy image web address will provide you with a link for that image URL to provide it in the text box here. After providing the image, you can click into the image to make any other necessary adjustments. You can make the image larger or smaller if you need. You can use different alignments and rotate the image if needed. Step number 4 will be adding your website and social media links. You can add your company website at the top here, labeled website, followed by LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Below that, you have 3 custom links of your choice to direct visitors to your sites. So YouTube, company website, culture, any additional information that the candidates can use to research about your company should go in this area. Step number 5 will be adding any additional users. So we just need the one person, one individual to register the entire company to the event. And that one person registering the company to the event can also add the additional users. To do that, you will select Add New User, provide their first name, last name, and email address, provide an administrative role or user access role, and manually set their password. Now, the 3 roles have different accesses into the account. Administrators are able to add and remove users from the booth, as well as edit any and all information in the booth, as well as download, view reporting, and interacting with candidates. Editors, they have almost the same access as administrators. They are not able to add or remove users, but are still able to revise information, view and download reporting, and interact with candidates. Representatives are going to be a view-only role, so they do not have the ability to make any changes in the profile, add or remove users. However, they can interact with the candidates and view and download reporting. So when you are adding your users, I would recommend that there is one administrator to every 10 users or so. All the others can be editors or representatives. We do not have any limitations on how many users you can have, but we want to make sure that the access to add and remove users in the account are fairly limited so that there aren't any mistakes in that area. So if you do have, less than 10 users, I would recommend one administrator. However, you can have as many, different users, different user access roles in your account as you'd like. I would also recommend manually setting the password. We do send an automated email to whatever email address you provide here. However, more than likely, it will end up in the spam, or it could be removed or blocked from the email address. So if you manually set the password, something very simple as their last name with the 1 after it, and send that over to them via email, it will ensure that they directly receive their login credentials from you. Once you're done, select Save Changes, and you'll notice all the additional users you've added right here in this area. Step number 6 will be adding your job postings. You can do that by selecting Add New Job Posting here. When you select Add New Job Posting, it's going to ask you for the job title. Now in the platform, we have multiple thousands and thousands of different job titles that are very generic. Most companies have their own unique job titles for their jobs. So we ask that for the filtering capabilities for your candidates while they're in the lobby, looking for specific job titles or categories, that you make sure to select one of our job titles we have in the system, and then provide your unique job title below. So that when they are filtering, for example, and they look for elementary school teacher, your booth will pop up and they would easily be able to find the 5th grade elementary school teacher unique job title that you have available. Below that, you can add the location or locations that the job is available in. Just by clicking onto the location text box here, you can add as many locations in here as you need to, depending on whereabouts the job posting is available. Adding the number of positions as well as the salary. Salary is not mandatory. You can add it if you'd like. It is a text box, so you can type in to be determined if you need to, or you can just type the amount in there, or you can leave it blank. Jobs that you want to be visible on your virtual booth should always be in the active status. If you do not need the job to be visible for a certain event, you can disable that job posting, which will not delete the job posting from your profile, but it will hide it within an event. Step number 2, and in adding the job posting, will be providing your job description, which you can manually enter here in the text box, or you can copy and paste that directly from your careers page. And the last step in adding the job posting will be to review what you've provided. And if you need to go back in and edit anything, you can click into the edit icon to do so. Make sure that when you are done that you select complete to save the job posting. Step number 7 will be the booth setup. If you select the edit booth icon, it's going to provide you with different categories of booth backgrounds. Select a category, booths for example, and you'll be provided with different options of backgrounds within that category. When you select a background, you will also be provided with different avatar choices. And if you do not wish to have an avatar as a part of your booth, the first available option is without an avatar. Select confirm to save and move on to the possible last category within an event, which would be a categories category or categories step here. And not all events are going to have categories here. Some may have some may not have any step 8 for you at all. But when you do have a step 8, you will need to select a category, which could be industries. It could also be locations. It could be, levels of employment, whatever it may be. You can click into that category that you belong in. If it's multiple different categories, you can be a part of more than one category. Once you have selected where you belong, select complete registration to complete. Now, if you get to this section here and you've selected all your categories, but you don't scroll down to select complete and you think you're done by selecting exit, it is going to take you out of the registration process completely and you will need to start again. So make sure that you do scroll all the way down to the page, complete registration. You'll be notified via email that your registration was complete, and you'll also see this right here below the registration logo, registered for event. Now, once you finish registering to the event, you'll notice that you'll see your name here in the top right corner, and you'll also have menu items and settings here on the left. If you have exited out of your web browser after registering or logged out, you can easily access your account again by referring back to the registration page. Once you get back to the registration page, you'll see here in the top right corner where you can select login. Select login, then provide your username and password here to log into your account. Once you've got logged in, you'll notice that you have the first available menu item here labeled dashboard is open for you. In your dashboard, it's going to give you easy access to some of the settings items here on the left-hand side, such as my schedule, which will allow you to review your schedule for the day. Any scheduled meetings or upcoming video conferences may be labeled here. Organization overview will allow you to view the current contact information for your organization. And if you need to edit that information, you can select edit organization and it'll take you right into the edit section. Booth overview will show you exactly which booth background you currently have. And if you need to see booth configurations, select see booth configurations, and it will take you into reviewing or revising that background that you've selected. It will also provide you with 3 custom link areas. If you hadn't added that in during registration, you can add that in at this area here. And if you click into view as attendee, this is going to open up and show you exactly what the view looks like to the attendees of your virtual booth. Profile overview will review what profile information you currently have for your user profile. Again, if you need to edit, you can select edit profile here at the bottom, and you can revise your profile information. If you'd like to add a photo of yourself, do the same thing as you did with your logo and select upload image. Make sure you have a updated professional photo of yourself in your picture folder so you can easily go in and click your photo to upload into your profile photo. If you are a military veteran, active duty, guard, or reservist, you can identify yourself as such. If you select yes and save changes, you will then have an American flag next to your avatar photo, which will allow for the candidates to identify you as a veteran or active duty. You'll also be able to do the same for the candidates as well. Video tutorials will show you the most frequent or most updated videos that we have in the training section here for you. If you see view all videos, it's going to take you into all of the tutorial videos you have for attendees as well as for you as an organization. We also have user guides, frequently asked questions, and the ability to chat with an IT representative or support representative. Below that as well, we have the most updated user guides and frequently asked questions for you. Next available menu item will be your attendees list. Now, under this attendees list is going to show you every attendee profile from every attendee that has viewed your booth within any event that you have participated in. So after every event, you don't lose the information, after the event. It's always going to be available for you here in this section. You can use some of the filters that we have available, where you can filter by name, email, phone, work experience, veteran, location, and so on and so forth. You'll also notice that we have different columns available as well. If you would like to view certain columns and you need to hide certain columns, you can customize this area in whichever way you choose. To view an attendee profile, select the action arrow on the right-hand side, and it will open the profile for you to view. You can view their resume and download that information, and also view their work experience if they have provided that in their profile. Your third menu item will be the Events tab. The Events tab will list out every event that you've registered to. It will also give you access into the event information. So if you click into the host name, it'll take you directly to your live stats from that event, as well as your visitors list from that event and your reports from that event as well. You can also access your booth QR code if you are participating in a hybrid event. You can refer back to the registration page if you need to review information. And when the event is live, you'll select Access Booth to go into your booth for the event. Your last menu item will be the Training tab. Again, just like you have it available on your dashboard, you also have the Training tab that you can click into that will direct you to the training information. Now, settings, first available tab will be My Organization. My Organization will allow you to revise and edit your booth. So the same functionality you have from your dashboard, you also have in My Organization. By selecting the General tab, if you select Edit Organization, it's going to open up the basic info about your organization to edit. The Users tab will list out every user that has access to the booth. If you are an administrator, you'll notice that you have Add User here in the top right corner, which will allow you to add users into the profile. If you need to remove a user, you can also use the delete icon to do so. And if you need to edit a user profile, you can select Edit here to edit a profile. At the very bottom right here, you have Edit Password. So if a user does need a password reset, you can assist them with doing so. If they need a role change, if you are an editor, you can select Representative. And if you are an administrator, you can change the user to any role of your choice. The job posting section will allow you to view the jobs you have available. If you need to revise a job, just select on the edit icon. If you need to remove a job, you can select on the delete icon. If you need to add a new job posting, select Add New Job Posting, and it will open up for you to create the new job. The booth customization section, again, the booth configurations is available in the My Organization tab as well. My profile will open up your user profile. Now, what's in addition to my profile that's not available when you view it in your dashboard is the quick replies section. Under quick replies, you will be able to create your own quick responses to use in your chat conversations with attendees. To do that, select new message. It will provide you with a blank text box for you to add your message in, and then you'll select save changes to save the changes made. This is going to help you tremendously during very busy events, so you can talk to as many candidates at one time as you choose. Lastly, here under settings will be my schedule. Now, the scheduling tool may or may not be available in each event that you attend to, but if it is made available, to make your schedule visible to the attendees, you want to select calendar here. And what's going to be available to you is the date in which the event is going on is going to be highlighted for you on the day. For example, this event is carrying on the 12th. We can select the 12th. It's going to open up into a week view for us. And if we want to just focus on the day, we can select the day again, and that day will open up. What will also be highlighted is the time in which the event is going on. Now, this event is open forever and ever. However, for you, you may see something to, 10 to 1, 12 to 4, whatever the case may be, will be highlighted for you. So you'll know what your parameters are for that event to make yourself available. Let's say, for example, this event is from 10 to 1 p.m. And I want to make myself available from 10 to 10:45. I also want to make myself available from 11:30 to 12:30. You can drag out your availability, or you can click on a time and manually enter it in. Once you've done that, that's all you need to do to be able to schedule time onto your booth. On event day, click into the Events tab located under your menu items. Locate the event that you're participating in that day and select the host name. In the top right corner, you're going to select Access Booth to get into your live booth in the event. Once you're in your booth, you'll notice that there are a few tabs and a couple of different icons available to you. First icon on the left will be the back button. That's going to take you back into your event live stats. Preview booth will open up a booth preview to see exactly what the attendees see. If an attendee has a question about where something's located on your booth, you can open up the preview booth to help navigate them to that information. Below that, we have the Visitors tab. You do have a search bar to search for visitors. You also have a function to search for veterans and an icon that says Active and Show All. Active is going to show you all of the active candidates in your booth at that moment. If you click into Show All is going to show you every candidate that has come by your booth. So even if they're not active, you can still view their profile. You can view the general information, mark a status of if you're interested, would like to follow up, if an interview was scheduled, or if you hired someone out of the event. You can leave an attendee ranking and notations to be back on later for follow-up. You also have PDF file resumes to download and view, and work experience. Another available function would be the chat function. If I wanted to start a conversation with Jordan, I could simply click on the chat button and start a conversation. At the bottom of my chat box, you can notice that you have select preset messages. These are where your quick replies that you created in your profile prior to the event will be located. So if you have a greeting in there, you can easily drop that right into your conversation and send it right over to the candidate. It allows you to easily move through your chat conversations and send those quick replies right to the candidate. The last function you have under Actions for your visitors is the ability to schedule a meeting. If you click into schedule meeting, it's going to open up your availability that you had set in your calendar to send an invitation to an attendee. For example, if I view this 10 o'clock, I can click into it and confirm. And now it's going to send that meeting invitation to Glenn. I'm also going to receive a notification letting me know that the meeting has been scheduled. To view all of my scheduled meetings for the day, I can click on the schedule tab and it's going to show me my meetings. When it is time to enter into a meeting, you'll click into join here and select launch meeting. Once you launch the meeting, it's going to launch you into a conversation with that attendee. And from there, you can click onto the video icon to start the video interview. Once I click into this icon, I'm going to show up here in the top right corner. And then once Glenn accepts my invitation, he's going to appear here in the middle. This is where we can have our one-on-one chat conversation with each other. And I can also use the functions below, such as text chat, the share screen function, and also adding any users of my booth or any additional attendees. Once the meeting is over, I can click into exit and it'll take me right back into my booth. You'll also notice from your visitors list, you can search by work experience and by city. So if you're looking for particular candidates with a certain work background, we do have the filtering for you to do so. As you're in a conversation with the candidates, you can also view their profile. And you have settings here available to you as well. There is a message tone that comes in anytime you send or receive a message. For example, if I send Glenn this message here, there's going to be a chat tone that comes in. Now, if I were to mute that tone, I don't need to, you can mute it, so you don't have to hear it. Along with new visitors coming into the booth, you can also mute that sound as well. If you weren't able to create your quick reply messages before the event started, you can do so at the time of the event as well. You can also revise your quick replies or remove them. Now, there may or may not be a registered tab depending on if the host has made this available or not. However, if you do find yourself with a registered tab, this means that the host has provided you with the full list of registered attendees to the event. You'll also have access to this 24 hours before the event starts, throughout the entire event, and also after the event is over. Under the Register tab, you can click into Profiles to view. And once you view a profile, you can click into Invite if you would like to invite that attendee to your booth. Booth invitation is sending. And once they receive that booth invitation, they can choose to enter your booth or not. Once they become a visitor, you will then have those functions that will allow you to chat with them and also send meeting times. The Submitted Resumes tab is going to show you any attendees that have applied or submitted their resume to one of your available job opportunities. You are able to click into their name to open their profile. You can also view which job they submitted their resume to, and you can download the resume directly from that tab. If you need to cancel a scheduled meeting for any reason, select cancel. You can choose from our reasons available, or you can select other and provide your own reason. Once you do cancel a meeting, you will receive a notification and email, and so will the candidate. Over here on the right-hand side, underneath chats, you have My Chats and you have Show All. Show All is going to show you every conversation that is being held within the booth, whether that is just your conversations or the other users of your booth's conversations. They will all be located here. My Chats is going to show you all the conversations that you are currently having with attendees. The internal chat thread is going to be available in both tabs. This is going to allow you to keep in constant contact with the other users of your booth. This will be your own booth's personal group chat here. So if anyone needs to leave, you all can communicate that with each other, or if someone needs another user to take over maybe one of their conversations, you all can communicate that under internal chat. A great best practice before an event is for someone to initiate a video conference. We do have video conferencing in the events as well, where you can do a group call and invite multiple attendees, or a presentation / webinar and present info. To do this, you can select group call here, select a time to either start now, or if you'd like to start it in the future, you can select from your availability that you have set. So let's say, these are my availability for this day. And if I want to start this conversation at the very start of the event, I can go ahead and set my time there. It's going to go from 10 to 10:30, save. Next will be to select some of my team. So if I wanted to select my team to be a part of this meeting, which a best practice is to have a conversation with your team, have a little game plan, maybe 10 or 15 minutes prior to the event. Do it in a group chat setting so that everyone can make sure that their cameras and microphones are working before the event. Go ahead and select your presenters to be a part of that. And then if it is not a booth only type of group call, you can also invite attendees. So at the start of the event, if you wanted to invite all of your visitors in for a Q&A session, just to tell a little bit about your company and maybe answer any questions, you can also invite all the visitors from your booth to that call as well. Select schedule. Everyone will be sent the meeting schedule, and that will also become of your scheduled meeting here as well. Now on to reporting. After the event is over, select the back icon to get to your live stats. The first tab available is going to be your details section, where you can view the booth activity. It's going to show you throughout the event and different hours of the event, how many active visitors you had, how many total booth visits you received, how many registered attendees there were, how many active attendees there are, how many submitted resumes, interviews scheduled, hired individuals, how many conversations were in your booth, total messages that went back and forth, the top work experiences of the visitors that came to visit your booth, the top jobs that were viewed and how many resumes they received. And then you also have a graph here based upon attendee registration in the event. The second tab will be your visitors list. So you will be able to view those profiles after the event, as I mentioned before. So if you make notations or statuses or rankings, maybe some notes in here, you can go ahead and leave those notations in there and save your information. View the resumes, view the work experience after the event as well. We do provide you with 3 different reports. The visitors list, that's going to provide you with a list of all the attendees that visited your booth during this event. Your chat conversations, a list of all chats that took place in your booth during the event. And the resumes report, which is a list of every job seeker that applied to your jobs during the event with the links to their resume. To download any one of these reports, just select on the report type and select generate. It'll generate for you on the right-hand side, doesn't take much time at all. And once they're done generating, you can easily select download and download them to your device to view. And that is all on the Premier Virtual Platform for the employer side of the platform. Thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.